What's going on, everyone? Listen, man, I'm disappointed in humanity, but what can you say? People would rather believe a lie than the truth. And people, they claim that they want a democracy, they want a country that plays by the rules, a country that has a government that's transparent, a company that supports and holds up democracy and how we're supposed to live and be entitled as Americans. But when you look at how easily there are a majority of Americans right now about to validate and accept a regime that has been exposed for so much corruption, after or if this regime gets in power, you will have no excuse of saying that the government is corrupt. The government, they don't, because they're showing you this up front that they're corrupt. If you have been following the election, Hillary Clinton is perhaps the most oily, slick politician I've ever seen. Last night, when the debate was going on, she never answered any of the hard, controversial questions. For example, she was asked about what she did to the women that were victimized by Bill. Didn't answer that. She was asked about the money she was accepting from Saudi Arabia. Didn't answer that. She was asked about the WikiLeaks emails that really give you a snapshot into her heart. So for all of those people who, for whatever reason, act like that doesn't matter, that is a perfect example of having the ability to look into the heart of somebody. That would be equivalent to you meeting a guy or girl and you're hearing all the stuff they're saying to you, but then all of a sudden you're able to see into their heart and everything in their heart is contrary to what they're saying to you. That's what the WikiLeaks emails are doing. But she's so crafty that she is able to convince people that it is unpatriotic to accept the emails as evidence to say you are foul. She hit people with the Jedi mind trick and they bought it. They're going, well, yeah, you supporting the Russians. And I'm going, y'all are missing the whole point. First, deal with the fact that you've just been exposed for corruption. And she made everybody believe, don't look at that. Don't look at that. It's the Russians. Why is she using the Russians so much? Could it be that after this is all over, that's going to be justification to go to war with Russia? Putin already said that if she gets in the office, it will be a nuclear war between us and them. Now, she is talking about Donald's hand being on the button. He's reckless. Donald is saying, I don't want to go to war with them people. I am simply focused on ISIS and that's it. If I can get along with Russia, that's great. Now, here's the thing. When he brings this up, all of a sudden they flip it and say, oh, you want to be buddy-buddy with him. As if we should look to start aggression versus look for opportunities to have peace. So now they're painting a scene like Donald Trump is wicked, evil because he's partnering up with Russia. He's not. She hates Assad. She's admitted that she wants this man out of power. Look at the setup, people. Assad is over there. They're trying to do exactly what they did to Gaddafi and left it a mess. Well, because of the weak administration we have, now Russia is over there. You got Iran over there. You got all of these people who are supporting this movement, but yet Hillary Clinton is so bent on getting Assad out of there. She's going to commit us, I'm sure, soon after, to messing around over there, and then a war will break out. Now, Donald Trump simply saying, I think I can negotiate. I think I can talk. I think I can get us to a point where we're like, hey, man, look, we all don't have to lose here, But instead, they're trying to make that attempt appear as if it is siding with Russia. They are hitting people with the Bugs Bunny Jedi mind trick, and people are falling for it. And it just blows my mind. I cannot fathom how people would accept some of Hillary Clinton's excuses about her corruptness exposed and just take it for face value. When she was asked about, what did they ask her? They asked her something last night and she was going, she just froze up. The money that went missing. She never said where it went. And even last debate when Donald Trump said, first of all, He brought up all the women that Bill had violated, and Hillary was supposed to be the champion for women. And then afterwards, instead of saying that's not true, she said what Donald is saying, it's just not right. She's very clever with words. Instead of saying that's not true, she said it's not right. So if anybody ever came back to say, well, you said you didn't do this and you lied, she go, no, I didn't say that. I said what he said wasn't right to say. She's clever like that. And y'all ain't catching those little things. How about this one? Why is it that the Republican Party, some of them, and the Democratic Party is trying to get Donald Trump to confess early that he will not have a problem with our election? Okay, that's stupid. And people are falling for it. People are going, yeah, man, why won't he? America been doing this for years. We should all just accept it. And I'm going, what you are about to do is trick the American people and try to get Donald Trump tricked into justifying and accepting corruption. They know that there is a mountain of evidence that shows they have plotted, schemed, and did everything they can to rig elections, to put forth false narratives about people. They have paid people to step out and cause violence and blamed it on Donald Trump. They have undermined Bernie Sanders' whole campaign, ruined that, and they've done all of this. And now they want Donald Trump to act like there's no way that it could possibly be fixed. Just go ahead and say, man, you know what? All the evidence shows that they planned dirty, that they got a full scheme designed to win an election. And yet they want me to make a pre-confession of saying I won't challenge it. Give up his constitutional right to challenge it. Trying to shame him. Trying to trick the American people into thinking what he's doing is stupid. The man is actually very smart and he know their game. And y'all are getting caught up. And he said stuff about the Mexicans, and he told black people, he said, what y'all got to lose? And Donald, and then the practical stuff that he brings out, CNN and some of the other liberal media will flip it. When he says stuff like, man, look, it is not unthinkable that these women that have just come out of nowhere could be possibly paid, sent by the Democrats, or could be possibly trying to get their 10 minutes of fame. And yet people act like that is crazy to think. They have already accused and deemed him to be an offender. No evidence, no nothing. Was no witnesses. All the people, if you got 7 accusers and 5 have been debunked, that's a pattern in itself. That should make you start going, well, who sent you? Who sent y'all 7? And why is the other 2 telling the truth, but the other 5 got caught lying? Come on, people. It's an election. They will try to paint a narrative of someone, especially like Donald, who is not a part of their system, who is bringing forth change in areas that will impact your life. Like, for example, corruption in the darn government. When you cannot complain when you go, I knew that they were foul, corrupt, they cheated, they started wars that really shouldn't have been started. They have got rid of regimes that they shouldn't have been over there doing. They have stolen money. They have manipulated the system. They have beat the justice system. They have exposed our personal files and data. And yet at the same time you say, well, let's put them in because Donald Trump don't speak good. And Donald Trump gets up and he's crass and he just says what he wants. That right there to me is the greatest trick on the American public that I've ever seen. And when I talk to people who are reasonable, they see it and they are amazed that others don't. I really am. I'm amazed. I go, you would rather focus on the propaganda that they're throwing out there about Donald Trump and miss their real agenda. They just giving everybody the bells and look over here, look over here. Yeah. While they give you the banana in the tailpipe over here. And I'm going, wake up, people. Yes, Donald Trump is crass. Yes, Donald Trump might not say everything like we want a president to say, but I'm going to tell you right now, first of all, I like that. He keeps it real. When she had the nerve to talk about something, and Donald Trump, took advantage of tax breaks, and he didn't pay his people, and you're paying your taxes. And he said, yeah, I did. You know why? Because I did what you allowed me to do. This is the system that you put in place. And if you didn't like it, why didn't you stop it? Because... could it be because all the other donors that give to you take the same tax breaks? Do you see the hypocrisy here? And people fall for it. They'll focus on Donald not paying taxes versus the fact that the people who gives her money get the same tax breaks. So do you think she's going to get in the office and address that issue? No. If I'm a big hedge fund that's giving money to her and I say, look, man, if you mess with them tax breaks your next term, next time you run, we ain't giving you nothing. You think she's going to fight for that? You think that Obama gets in the office, everybody, all the black inner cities think this is our big ticket, and he didn't do nothing for the inner cities, and yet you think Hillary Clinton is going to get in there and do something for you? You are delusional. Hillary Clinton knows how to come in and sweet talk you right out of your underwear and walk away from you and never talk to you. You ain't going to get no call, people. It ain't going to be no call back like what you doing today. You are getting a one-night stand from Hillary Clinton, period. And so what I'm telling you is wake up. Donald's talking about real hardcore stuff that will impact you. For example, he's talking about logical things. Close up the border. Don't let the borders just be wide open. And this is how you know that you're able to see into Hillary Clinton's true heart with these emails that they're trying to deflect and say, it's Russia. You shouldn't even accept this stuff. When she says to everybody else, oh, I want secure borders, I want to close it, and then the emails show that she doesn't want those, that should be a red flag. When she says that I'm for equality of pay for men and women, and she paying men more than what she's paying women in her campaign, that should be a red flag. When she says, oh, I'm for peace, and Donald is reckless and he wants to go to war, and her emails reveal that she wants to get rid of Assad, and that should be a red flag. When she says that Donald Trump should accept our way of democracy and concede to a loss if he loses, but yet videos show that people in her campaign has been rigging campaigns for a long time. And not only that, they have been paying people to lie and come to his campaign events and cheat by starting fights and stuff like that, and then blaming him. You know, when you see stuff like that, you're going, that looks a lot like corruption. I'm not sure. When this woman says, she throwing out all these facts about Donald Trump and all these facts about laws and all that stuff and about policy, but yet when on trial about her emails, couldn't remember nothing. And then when it came to understanding her briefings, she said, I don't remember none of that. You mean to tell me that you don't remember getting briefed by the FBI and what that entailed, but yet you were the Secretary of Defense? Do y'all all see I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm taking crazy pills. I'm going, if that is true, I'm scared to have you as president. When they brief you and a month later, you're going, I don't remember none of that stuff. That's a problem. When you say you didn't attempt to do anything wrong, but yet you made an assertive effort to clear up a scandal. You went so far as to delete 33,000 emails, not only delete them, but give everybody immunity that had anything to do with it. And yet they say you have to prove intent. Intent is proven when you try to cover something up. And then you try to tell me that you can relate to the common people, and in your emails you say you're removed from them. But nonetheless, you say, I can relate to what the Americans are going through. If that's the case, then get me out of some of these tickets that I got while driving. I didn't know I broke the law when I did certain stuff. You got to show intent. I didn't mean to not get over to the left because the police officer was writing a ticket on the side. I told the man I didn't even know it was a law. Guess what he said? I don't care. And I said, but how you going to give me a ticket, man? I ain't even know. Not knowing is not an excuse to get out of trouble for a common American. Maybe it is for Hillary Clinton. I didn't know I couldn't do that. What? Having a server in my house is illegal? You mean to tell me that C meant classified? I had no idea. And they go, well, it's okay, Madam Secretary. It's fine. We'll just let you slide. Who buys that? And y'all want a system that is going to uphold the law. But yet the people who are in power have broken the laws. So if you elect her, and I don't care if you ain't a Donald Trump fan or not, when you look at the level of corruption and wickedness and pay to play and deceitfulness and hypocrisy, all of these things, if you elect her, you get exactly what you wanted. It's that simple. This man is talking about bringing back jobs. He's making sense. He's saying, look, man, stop making bad deals. Stop letting people come into our country that puts us at risk. This is how you know her true heart. She says she wants open borders, you know, in her private emails, but yet to y'all, she's saying she wants to secure us. And then she says she wants to bring all these refugees over here, trying to look like a humanitarian. Really, that's just to tick off Assad. But nonetheless, in her emails, she say it's dangerous to do that, and we can't really vet them. Now, as bad as y'all think Donald Trump is, that's one thing you have not seen. An inside shot of his true intentions and motives. They're just showing you personality flaws. They're showing you temperament flaws. They're giving you the fluff. And then you got to sift through that and find out what's real, what's fabricated, considering the people he's running against is probably willing to do anything to win and paint whatever narrative. And they know that Americans are so gullible that they'll just buy into it like, yep, CNN said it, without going back and looking up nothing. So when you see that type of candidate, and somehow she is hitting you with the old Jedi, these are not the droids. And you're like, yes, those are not the droids. I'm going, wake up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as soon as she gets in the office, try getting out there and saying anything about social issues that isn't liked, and see what they do to your freedom of speech. Try complaining when America is committed to some skirmish overseas for some personal vendetta that she has with Vladimir Putin. And then you're going, why are we going back to war again? Why can't we just stay out of other people's business? Why don't we let them do what they do over there? Because of you voted for her. Try getting mad and saying the inner cities is messed up and the school system is messed up and my kid in the inner city can't go to a better school because they won't let them go to a school outside their district. Guess who supports that? Hillary Clinton. So don't whine. I'm telling y'all, really think about this election. Don't fall for her smokescreen. And I'm not even Democrat or Republican, but I'm just looking at it logically. I'm seeing through all of the smoke and mirrors and the garbage that this lady and her campaign is throwing out. And the media, and this is my last thing, the media bombarded everyone with distractions. And that's also revealed in her emails too, how they've been working on her side. Not to mention, did you see Kelly, I think it's whatever, the lady from Fox, destroy Donna about her sending Hillary information, questions. I mean, just destroyed her. She looked like, help me, somebody get me out of here. I'm in trouble. And then watch them cut her loose. They're going to get, she didn't look too good in that one. You got to kind of distance ourselves from her. But the point I'm trying to make is we are being had. And, well, I'm not being had. But unfortunately, a lot of Americans is focused on things that they think are important, and they know how to really touch your heart and mess with your votes. They hit you with stuff that they feel people find important, like racism, sexism, to distract you from the substance. Whether it's true or not, they know if we can paint somebody as a racist, sexist, a bigot, then people will get in their emotions and they will make rash decisions without real data, and it will come back to bite them because they will overlook the real substance and motive of the people